Hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some Destiny 2, and welcome to This Gun Shouldn't Be Good, the video. The Lord of Wolves. This is a returning exotic from Destiny 1. You got it by doing Challenge of the Elders of Destiny 1. You can get it by doing Wanted Bounties and Spider in this game, but that's beside the point. Basically, this gun's been back for a while. It's been back since Forsaken, and for a while it wasn't very good, you know? Like, it was pretty much the same as it was in Destiny 1, but except for this perk right here, Release the Wolves. So basically how this perk worked before was basically you got a kill, and it would make your burst of your shotgun last way longer. So first of all, it's a burst shotgun. I know people probably know what this gun is by now if you've played the Crucible even a little bit. It's a burst shotgun, shoots 5 shots at a time, and when you get Release the Wolves, it shoots 10 shots at a time in a 30-round magazine. So do the quick math there, that's 3 shots of insane damage. So basically before it was like, it was cool to have. It made it a little bit different than Destiny 1, but it was a little out of control before, because once you got that perk going, you couldn't really control the gun at all. It was all over the place, and you couldn't really tell what was happening. But in the most recent update, Bungie went and made the thing broken. So basically we're just gonna go in the Crucible and try it out, because I've seen videos on it and I've seen gameplay of it, but I haven't tested it out myself. So I'm very intrigued to see just how crazy it actually is, because the change they made is kind of a pretty substantial change, especially for the Crucible, especially with the way the gun works. So when we get the match, I'm going to show you what happens, but the gun's broken right now. It's insane. I'm also going to be trying out my Outstringer. I just got it from the Menagerie. It's basically the ES Luna from Destiny 1. It looks exactly like it. I got the ornament for the bright dust. Put a shader on it that made it looks kind of like the ES Luna. It looks pretty similar, so it brings back memories, okay? My roll on it is very okay. It's really not that good. The range stat is pretty solid, but it can be a lot better. But I'm just excited to use this because I use the ES Luna, the Palindrome, those hand cannons in Destiny 1. I used them a ton. I had a god roll in Destiny 1, so I'm very excited to use this hand cannon again. I haven't tried it. I haven't used a 140 hand cannon in a while, so hand cannon play might be rough, but that's not the focus of the video. And basically, I'm going to be putting 2 armor pieces on that have shotgun scavenger on, just to see how broken this actually is if you have the right armor pieces, because it gets a little ridiculous. So I want to show it to you before anything else. Also, still haven't shot the gun in Crucible yet. I've just seen the things, and people have told me about the shotgun scavenger thing, how you need to have it on with this thing, especially with the amount of ammo it chews through. But I'm not ready for what's about to happen. A good thing we're on a map that's terrible for shotguns. I can't wait. Alright, so remember the Release the Wolves perk, the perk that made it shoot 10 shots at a time? The perk that made it like really good? Well, basically they reworked the perk, so instead of getting a kill to do it, you just pull out the gun, you hold reload, Release the Wolves. It's there. It's on. And it's there. If you put the gun away, pull it back out, it's still there. It's ridiculous. So let's just try and get a kill, and I want to see this thing in action. Oh, the hand cannon's pretty crispy. Oh my god. And I just got 60 bullets back from picking that special ammo up? Okay, yeah, this thing is it's an issue. This needs to be fixed, like, ASAP. Oh, a wave splitter. I haven't seen that ever. I really want to just see how far I can get a kill with this thing. I have to aim, though. That's the big thing. I really need to aim the gun. So that's one thing I need to notice. I've also noticed that in some other videos that, like, this gun really doesn't have much aim assist, if any at all. It's on console, it's very different. I mean, on PC, you're used to no aim assist, and I'm not really making excuses for myself. That was just very okay. But I'm not trying to make excuses for myself. I know that I need to still aim the gun. Okay, this guy's fist is still going. He just got so many kills. And I know I'm not making excuses for myself. I still need to actually try and aim. I can't just be flailing the gun around everywhere, praying I'm gonna kill someone. But it's definitely got not much aim assist to it. And I think once you start shooting, it's like you got nothing, and you're just Holy crap, the supers are insane! Let me just destroy you with this insanely broken shotgun, please, and just stop supering me left and right. I'd really appreciate it. Another thing I will say, I'm not making excuses for myself, but I haven't shotgunned in a really long time. So like this feels weird to me right now. Dude, like that's ridiculous. If I could just get a kill and not immediately die right after, that'd be really cool too though. I feel like Bungie was just like, hey, let's just give everybody a gun that they all probably have and just make it really bust. Can I finish a thought, please, without just getting murdered by someone? Fist of Havoc is also a problem. I'm just going to say that out loud right now, just so I have that I have that recorded because I know I'm using it, but it's still it's an issue. It needs to be addressed. Oh my god, if I get supered one more time in a row, I've been killed by supers like so many times this game. Hello? Oh. Okay. Have ammo? Yes, push me. Push me, do it. Dude, it's insane how fast you kill someone with this thing. Also, it is a Monday afternoon at, what time is it? 1:46. And the amount of sweaty people I've already run into today is just already pissing me off. It's ridiculous just how many sweats I've run into. I've played like 3 games, and I've been trying out. I re-rated last night. I got a curated tempered dynamo with backup plan on it, and I was trying it out. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Oh god, though. He's got fists! Come on, dude! It's like, why are they all together? Why is the team chemistry just out the ass right now? He still has it! That guy was weak, but... Is that an enemy arc stack? Dude, that is an issue. Dude, teammate, turn around. Yeah, push me, push me, push me. Dude, like, look at that. So, like, I'm trying to think in my head, like, is this just, like, does Bungie do these things on purpose with exotics? Like, because there has been a good amount of times now where they have just made an exotic just insanely broken for no reason, out of nowhere. Like, I mean, sometimes it's introduced and it's just busted. Like, the Thorn D1, everyone knows what I'm talking about. The Vex Mythic class, that's another one that was just busted as soon as released. But those are both released. Prometheus Lens in this game, busted when it was released. Wave Splitter was pretty busted as well. But I'm like starting to think that like when they're testing these, they're like, okay, let's just leave these as they are, just insanely busted, just to see how the community reacts. Just kind of spice up the Crucible a little bit. Like this one went through a progression of buffs to get where it is now. The Lord of Wolves did. But like I'm like trying to envision the scenario at Bungie where they're like, this is okay, and let's just see what happens. Like, they're sitting around, it's a normal Tuesday afternoon, everyone's having a pretty normal day, nothing crazy's happened, and a development team is, like, sitting at lunch, just enjoying their lunch, enjoying their day. And then Gary, on one side of the table, is just like, how can we spice up the Crucible? Like, what could we buff to just make the Crucible nuts for a few weeks? And Jim, on the other side of the table, is just like, the Lord of Wolves, it's never really gotten it's like its moment in the spotlight, let's just buff it. And then Garrett on the other side responds almost immediately, yeah, but like, what would we do to make it like insanely good? And then he responds to the other side and he just goes, let's just make the Release the Wolves perk, now hear me out, let's just make it so they can turn it on whenever they want. Now Kyle, sitting right next to him, is just like, wait, you can't do that, that would just make it insanely busted, you can't do that, that would make it way too powerful. Then Jeff, in the middle of the table, the head of the team, just looks around, like here's all the discussion and just goes, no, this is a good idea, let's do that. Now I know that's not actually what happens at Destiny or at Bungie, and I know, I really hope it is, because that would be hilarious, but like I'm just trying to imagine a scenario where they're testing these guns and like, why can't I get into a quick play match? It's the second time in black screen. Like, I'm just trying to imagine a scenario where they really test these guns, right? They have to put them in the game to make sure they work, one, to make sure they aren't insanely overpowered. So like, I don't know if this one just slipped through because it's been out for so long and it's kind of gone through a series of buffs, but this is ridiculous. Now don't get me wrong, I want this to be nerfed as soon as possible. It needs to be fixed. It's way too strong for how it is right now. But at the same time, I love when they do this, because this is like Destiny's thing. They always have a few guns for like a few exotics for a good amount of time that are just so strong, and then people use them for a while, and then they get nerfed, and then they never get touched again, or they barely get touched again. And that's kind of what Destiny does, and I think it's hilarious. No, I saw a topic on Twitter about this recently, because this has gone crazy in the Destiny community, because they're like, why? How did this get through? Why is an exotic like the Lord of Wolves so strong right now? And people have been talking about power creep. You know what power creep is? It's like people saying you need to buff things to reach other things levels as good as they are. And I don't agree with that at all. If everything got buffed to the strength of the Lord of Wolves right now, the Destiny wouldn't be fun. It would be an absolute chaotic mess, more chaotic than it is now, and it would not be a problem. Now don't get me wrong, I'm all for buffing guns that are not very good to make them usable. I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to do that, but part of the fun of Destiny is getting a gun that's not very good and getting a sick roll on it, and it makes it usable. Like the Duke Mark 44. It's a pretty good hand cannon. Yeah, I mean it's a 110, so it's not going to be great from the start. But if you get a roll like this, something like Zen Moment and Kill Clip with a range that's pretty much maxed out, and I have a range masterwork, it's so fun to use because it hits for 90 on a headshot normally, and with Kill Clip it hits for like 120 on a headshot, and that's insane for a gun like that, a gun that's not really used and a gun that's pretty average, but it's fun, and that's what's good about some guns like that now. I am all for nerfing certain weapons more than buffing weapons, because there are definitely guns that do need to be addressed, like Lunas, I'll not forget, those got addressed. Those are fine now. I'm very okay with those how they are now. But there's still guns that are still pretty strong and need to be addressed. But I don't think buffing certain weapons to their level is a good idea. Because once you get to the point where all guns are pretty solid and like all guns are interchangeable, it makes no gun unique, because you can just go out and do a random activity, get some random purple that you've probably gotten 1,000 times, and you go into the Crucible and you'd slay with it. And if you do that with how a game is now, that's sick, because like you're using a random weapon and you're destroying. But it would make the uniqueness of every gun, it would just make it not existent. And about 35 minutes later, we finally got into a match, and we have 4. Want to bet the other team has 6? Oh, a 4v2. I'm glad I waited so long to get into a 4v2. Rocket, really? Well, you tried. I give you the A for effort for trying, because it's I would hate to be playing against me right now. You thought you could release the wolves on me? Oh, he got me. He had more ammo than me. Well, no, he didn't. He just probably hit more shots than me. He's just better. No, give me the special. You. Ah! And we're gonna finish him off. Anybody? That guy is so weak. I miss a few more, Brett. Why not? Ah! That was fucking crispy. This gun plays like an SMG. It's got the definitely the short range, but the short to medium. Oh my god. More. More. What? As soon as I start slaying a game, just oh my god, it's so annoying. Alright, well that's basically it. I don't think I need to prove to you how ridiculous this gun is anymore. If you have it in your vault, if you had it at some point and you just haven't used it since Forsaken, I can't blame you. But if you haven't used it since then, pull it out for now before it gets nerfed, because it's super fun and just super ridiculous to go up against it, and to use it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like. You guys are all awesome. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you guys are new. Share the video out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a beautiful day.